Okay, pick it up with slide number 20. Let's talk about something called circle progressions. So, the strongest harmonic progressions in tonal music are those consisting of major and minor triads and the seventh chords built on those triads, whose roots are a perfect fifth apart. So, the descending fifth or or ascending fourth, right? Progressions are particularly strong and are called circle progressions. So if that seems confusing, let's look at an example to see if we can clear it up a little bit. So the illustration below here on slide 21 shows the circle progression for major keys. So keep in mind that some progressions are written as ascending fourth progressions to keep the chords on the staff, right? Actually, in the case that we see here, we see ascending fourth, descending fifth, ascending fourth, descending fifth. So we can either use, so with circle progressions, think it's either going to be ascending fourth or descending fifth as far as the roots of the triads or seventh chords go. Let's look at this example here to hopefully clear that up a little further. So, key of C major, what do we see here? We see C major triad, right? Okay, and then what's next? A four chord. So we'll go ahead and just play that, right? Think about what interval was that as far as the roots. That was a fourth, right? C to F is a fourth. Now what? Now we're going to go, what would be a fourth above F? It would be B, right? F, G, A, B. So for this, as far as the circle progression, we could either go up or we could go down to the B diminished triad. We'll just go down. How about that? Now, what's a fourth up from the seventh chord, right? Think 7, 1, 2, 3, right? A fourth above 7 is going to be my 3 chord, right? Which in this case is E minor. How about a fourth up? A fourth up from E minor is going to be, or a fourth up from 3, go 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So that's going to be my 6th chord. So go up to A minor, right? My 6th chord is A minor in the key of C. Then what? How about my 2 chord? Or I mean, what's a fourth up from 6? Go 6, 7, 1, 2. So play my 2 chord now. That's D minor in the key of C. And then what's a fourth up from 2? Right? We go 2, 3, 4, 5. So my 5 chord is a fourth up from 2. Let's go ahead and play my 5 chord. That's a G major chord in this case. And then what's a fourth up from 5? Go 5, 6, 7, 1. Right? And that is going to be my tonic chord, or just C. Right? So the circle progression is really, you could think of it as just ascending fourths, right? And you have to keep in mind that an ascending fourth is the same as a descending, well, hold on. An ascending fourth puts you on the same pitch as a descending fifth. So for example, in C, what's a fourth up from C? That's F, right? C to F. Then if I play, if I play F below C, that's a fifth, the interval of a fifth. So that's what we mean here. So you can go you can go either way with circle progressions. You can go up to the fourth, or you could go down a fifth, right? But the circle progression, so we have 1, 4, 7, 3, 6, 2, 5, 1, right? And these are all the interval of fourths, right? Like I had just pointed out earlier, right? Well, ascending fourths or descending fifths. It's the same. You end up on the same scale degree, either way. Okay, so that's what a circle progression is, right? Why do they even call it a circle progression? Well, think about it. You start off on your tonic chord, and you end also on the tonic chord. So right there, that's kind of like, that's a circle, right? But you go through each triad, each chord that's built on each scale degree in with the same interval of a fourth, right? And so it's kind of like that's what we call a circle progression in music. Okay, let's look at an example of a tune that uses elements of the circle progression. So first off, examine the harmonic progressions in Morning Has Broken, which is on page 260 in the songbook. Also, if you look on page 201 in your book, you'll see it already done for you. Notice what we have here for Morning Has Broken. So what we have here, Morning Has Broken contains 18 harmonic progressions. What do we mean by that? So we just mean that by harmonic progression, we just mean chord changes, right? So like C to C, look at our first chord in Morning Has Broken, it's just a C chord, C major chord. The next chord, or harmonic progression, is to D minor. So C to D minor counts as one harmonic progression. If you go through and count each chord change, you'll come up with 18 harmonic progressions. I did it earlier. You can take my word for it, or you can, if you're curious, go ahead and do it yourself. 7 of these harmonic progressions or chord changes are circle progressions. What do we mean by that? That's maybe a little confusing, but it just means that 7 of these 18 harmonic progressions move by ascending fourth or descending fifth, if you will. So, for example, if we look at measure 3 and 4, what are the chords for, what's the chord for measure 3? It's a D minor chord, right? So we have a D minor chord here. And then what do we have in the very next measure? A G major chord. So from D minor to G, that's a fourth, right? Let's think D, E, F, G. So play our D minor chord, and then our G chord, or our 2 chord, and our 5 chord. That would count as one of the circle progressions because it moves by that ascending fourth. Keep in mind, we could also go the descending fifth route and get the same harmony, right? So, also in this, you can see where in Morning Has Broken, you can see where the circle progressions are, that is, the harmonic progressions that move by ascending fourth or descending fifth. They have these little, you know what? They're actually labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you can just look at it like that. Okay. So go ahead and see if you can just go through and play those chords. You can even play the melody if you want. 2, 3, 2, 3, and then we would have 2, 3, 2, 3, 3. E minor. 2. Here's one of the circle progressions now to A minor. Right, and then. So I won't play the whole thing, but you can go through and play it, or at least listen to it on the songbook. I'll put a link to that. Okay, so just to wrap up, circle progressions. So in general, good harmonization will result from an emphasis on the primary chords, remember tonic, subdominant, dominant, and circle progressions, right? Using them in using harmonic progressions that move by ascending fourths or descending fifths, as far as the roots of the triads or seventh chords are concerned.